Howdy, everybody, and welcome to the S79 SHL Awards Show. My name is Ara. I will be your host tonight, and joining me is a special guest and first-time presenter. Care to introduce yourself?
I'm Cammy. I was a season 80 create. This is my first season, full season. I'm excited to be here. I've been a part of the SHL Awards Committee for the past year or past season, and really enjoyed my time there.
Well, I'm glad to have you, Cammy, and I'm looking forward to having your insights as we go through our nominees and our awardees tonight. Now, before
Don't
we
worry,
get
I have like all the. Sorry, I have all the tabs open. I'm ready to go.
perfect, as do I. Um, While I get this last thing set, do you have anything in particular you're looking forward to tonight on these awards, Cammy?
Honestly, I don't know who won, so like I'm just looking forward to all the winners. I'm actually really excited. But I do want to shout out a user who did a really cool media piece, Ice Windu. I don't know if everybody has seen this, but it's called the SHL season 79 Unsung Heroes. It's a lot of players that we looked at that are might be like fourth or fifth on our list. For example, I don't know exactly where they are, but that's where I feel that the vast majority of they are, and they got a lot of attention from us during the season.
Oh, well, it's certainly something I'll have to check out once we are done with the stream tonight. And with that being said, I think we are all ready to go.
I'm looking forward to it. Let's go.
Onward and upwards. Starting out, we have the S79 Challenge Cup winner. Was the San Francisco Pride.
Yeah, it makes sense, honestly. If you look at the standings for the season, like 100 points, like best point percentage, like at a goal differential of like 143. The next one's 88. It's not even close to the second place finisher.
One moment.
You bet.
Then next up, we have the Matthias Chuniard Trophy for our Eastern Playoff champions. In this season, it is the Eastern Playoff champions.
That goes to the Philadelphia Forge. They had a great season, 87 points. I feel like their division was a little more competitive. Edmonton obviously is in the middle of a rebuild on the Western Conference side, and it kind of felt like even though they have some really good incoming players, it was almost a free win. Did have 17 wins, but I feel like Philadelphia was kind of slugging it out, and New England was a very strong team that was chasing their heels.
All right. Sorry about that. Some technical difficulties. Then next up, we have the Cole Reinhardt Trophy. These will be our Western Playoff champions. And then back again, it is the San Francisco Pride. Not surprising, given how great the Pride did this season, all in all.
I think Calgary was a really surprise round win, right? Like you look at that Calgary pushing them to 7 games after knocking off LA. Like Calgary could have had such a deep run, but like San Francisco just powered through. I think they really relied on their really strong forward group and their goalie just in time, I believe.
Well, certainly made it just in time for the awards, eh?
There are so many good names in the SHL every time. Obviously I've only been around for a season, but the more I look at players, the more I look at the users, I just realize how creative and how cool everybody is until I get to a name that I just can't pronounce and stumble over and I feel like a fool.
You're in good company. Remember, I think all of our viewers will remember last season where we had that Welsh fellow whose name I butchered, I think, at least 5 times.
Oh no, Welsh is one of the worst. It's such a cool language, but it is so hard to pronounce
But
for non-native speakers.
I remember there is an old. I remember there is an old clip of a news anchor that had, or sorry, a meteorologist that had the unfortunate task of trying to pronounce a Welsh village name. Nailed it, but
No.
I do not envy him or us if we have to pronounce any of that tonight.
Oh, I hope not. I really hope not.
Give me one moment here. And up next, we have the President's Trophy. This will be for our regular season leaders, and I think we all know what's coming at this point. The San Francisco Pride, yet again.
They just had such a dominant season from start to finish. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they like the sim decided to be like gonna like go against somebody at some point, but it really didn't for the Pride the whole season. We've all been simmed before. I have while this is my first season, I have played FHM a bunch, and I've definitely been simmed before. I think this goes to a testament to their leadership, to the group that they have assembled and the active players, and like how dedicated they've been. So props to San Francisco. They've done a lot of hard work, and congratulations.
I would agree. Congrats to you, San Francisco. And here's hoping that we continue to see you perform well, both in season 80 and in future seasons. To quote one of my favorite movies, yours is a career, or I should say, yours is a season we will be watching with great interest.
What movie is that from? I feel like I should know that quote, and now I'm feeling really dumb on stream, on like live, that I don't know this. I can't like play off of this.
I'll give you a hint. Famous movie series had a few movies that were, depending on who you ask, rather maligned or well loved in retrospect in the early 2000s. Not showing my age at all.
Uh, I'm out. I don't even know.
Oh, come on. One of the most.
Oh, you're a Star Wars reference. Oh no. I gotta hand in my card. I have to hand in my card right now. Uh, oh well.
And for that, Kami, I'm sorry, but we will have to be. I will have to kick you off screen for that.
All right. Good night, everybody. Nice talking to you.
Jokes aside. Oh, someone in the chat is telling me to do it. Sorry, guys. I'm not a Sith, depending on who you ask, but I'm not that cold. Not yet, at least. Next up, we have the Sergei Karpovtsov Trophy for our regular season points leader. And this goes to Chris Valentine of the Texas Renegades. And no, that was not deliberate. With 112 points, 54 goals, and 59 assists. Or, sorry, 58 assists. Let me put on my glasses here. Do you have any insights you care to offer on Mr. Valentine? Tommy.
Well, I think it's was super close race. Like you look at like Logan Webb, the number two, is was 1 point behind. You're talking like a good sim day versus a bad sim day. Um, Logan Webb could have just walked away with this. Um, and unfortunately, the sim decided that day, the last day of the season, that this wasn't going to happen, and that Chris Valentine was. Chris Valentine did this, and I would like to point out that Chris Valentine was like I got pulling up the stats now, but I believe he was almost 30 points higher than the next higher scorer too. So not only did he lead the league in scoring, but he did it without a lot of help. Sometimes it's hard to decide like, hey, is this player like generating on their own, or they do have good line mates? And good company and support. But Chris Valentine did it all on his own, and he got the points lead. So congratulations, Chris Valentine.
Congratulations.
Or Valentine. Sorry, I think I'm pronouncing it wrong. Oh, there you go. First faux pas.
See, I told you I'd mess you up. Nah, it's Val. And next up, for the J. McDonald Trophy, for the regular season goals leader, don't call it a flashback or a blast from the past, because back again is Mr. Valentine with 54 goals representing the Texas Renegades.
This is kind of how it goes sometimes. He led in points, he led in goals. Again, like I talked about Logan Webb last time. He was again right there at 53. At chasing on the heels, you have Tony Soprano at 52. Almi Jr. the second at 51. Like this, a lot of the other awards, and even the awards that we chose, were so hotly contested. There was really good points and stuff. This is a very easy statistical award to award out. But there are so many good players this past season that had great years, and it's been a lot of fun to watch them, like day to day, week to week during the season.
All right. Well, sounds like quite the incredible player, and I'm not sure if we'll see him again tonight, but who knows? Now, with this next player, I don't know about y'all, but he certainly seemed to set Atlanta on. Damn it. Jokes aside, next up is the Turd Ferguson Trophy for regular season Pens leader. Now, you could say this player certainly set things on fire this past season, at least in some regards. Representing the Atlanta Inferno, we have Bongo with 82 Pems. Got any insights on old Bongo here, Tommy?
It's just such a weird thing to say. Like I think if I remember right, Atlanta was one of the more penalized teams. So I don't know if like Bongo was just the goon that they sent out. That the teammate elbowed them in the side and was like, "Yo, can you just go rough up that player?" That player was like a jerk to me. Like I don't know if that was the case. But coming from a forward is kind of funny. Um, it's interesting that they were leading in penalty minutes. Um, for the whole league. I know that aggression isn't a great stat because of how the sim operates, but it's interesting to see sometimes how it all plays out when people aren't necessarily prioritizing it. Like who gets simmed essentially, and I feel like Bongo kind of got simmed a little bit, especially since there's a gap of 23 points to the next highest player on Atlanta.
That's fair enough. All right. And then next up, told you y'all would, or we might be seeing this team again, or at least a representative, with the Mike Concho Trophy for least goals allowed. They certainly are just in time for this. And joining him is Luke Fromm with a total of 203 goals allowed.
Oh my God! There was one pun and now the next. Like, how do you expect me to keep going without laughing here? What I think is interesting about Just in Time is he is obviously, if I look at him, in the middle of a regression. He's down to about like 1,200 TPE, but playing on a powerhouse of a team and putting up even better numbers than what his TPE would suggest. I know goalies feel like they're black magic apparently. I won't know more until I experience more seasons in the SHL. But I'm excited to learn. But yeah, they did great. Just in Time with a 908 save percentage. Luke Fromm with an 856. I'm not, like honestly not surprised at all that they let the least amount of goals against in, especially when their team was so dominant in possession the whole year.
Well, I would say, given what we've seen of San Francisco, it's no surprise that they allowed so few goals. Yet, with that being said, sadly, it is time. Well, I should say, Well, it's time for us to move on, but don't worry. I'm sure the SHL will be getting, or the awards tonight will definitely be getting some more love from San Francisco. And next up, we have our third All-Star team. Representing the Tampa Bay Barracuda on forward is Max Carnage, if y'all will remember. Max Carnage is the winner of several awards from both season 77 and season 78, so it's good to see him back. And representing the Atlanta Inferno, it looks like someone broke loose from their Pokeball and is running loose on the team. Jigglypuff on forward. Representing the Toronto North Stars on forward is Ami Jr. II. Then representing the LA Panthers on defense is Willow Soderberg Snooks. The Manhattan Rage is, for defense, Jaromir Jagerbaum. And then representing the Buffalo Stampede on goalie is Rebecca Montaigne, pardon me. Now, barring Carnage, I'm not really familiar with most of these players. What about you, Kami?
We actually looked at a lot of these during just like the overall awards. I'll speak to like Will Soderberg Snooks, a great defenseman from LA, great numbers. Her giveaways were a little high, but like 58 points is so strong. Um, like playing 3 minutes on the like shorthanded every night. 181 blocks, 67 hits. Like she had a great season. Looking at Ame Jr., 90 points as a center, shooting 20%, 55 blocks, 67 hits. Like massive player, great player. Um, Yarmer or Yarmer. See, I'm bad at names. I shouldn't be allowed here. Another great defenseman at 48 points. Like um, the team didn't have a great season. They're listed at minus 36, but plus minus is kind of a team stat. It's very team influenced. But if you look at like at their takeaways, 71 takeaways is really strong. 119 blocks, 80 hits, a really strong defenseman. You talked about Max Carnage already, how strong they were. A really good team. I think any team that had that lineup would be so happy.
I would agree. I mean, making the All-Star team, even if it's just the third, apparently been mispronouncing Jagerbaum, but
I was mispronouncing it. I've been alerted that it's Yarmer.
Okay.
And that's my fault. And I didn't talk about Rebecca. Rebecca had a great season. She got absolutely shelled at Buffalo and still posted a 908 with 4 shutouts. Like such a good goalie. I'm looking forward to seeing what she does next season. I hope that she can improve on her numbers.
As am I. Anyways, as I was saying before I got distracted, making the All-Star team, even if it is third, not to diminish that, is still no easy feat, and these players are a cut above the rest of your rank and file SHL players. So I think we can expect great things from them in season 80 and the seasons ahead.
I fully expect them to be pushing for awards next season. I think a lot of those players were, all of them were in consideration at some point or another during the season for awards. All those names I recognize immediately. So
I would agree, and with some of these folks, especially Max Carnage, they have been previous award winners, and I fully expect to see their names here next season. Yet, without further ado, I do believe we have some awards to start presenting. First up,
let's go.
we have the John McBride Award for Best Goaltender. Our nominees are Denivor Milash for the Toronto North Stars with 154 goals against, a GAA of 2.92, shutout or 4 shutouts, and a save percentage of 0.911. Rebecca Montaigne, representing the Buffalo Stampede, with a goals against of 188, a GAA of 3.56, 4 shutouts, and a save percentage of 0.908. And back yet again, representing the Pride, is Just in Time, with a goals against of 151, a GAA of 2.73, shutouts 7, and a save percentage of 0.908. Now, Just in Time had a fairly good season with a 45-8-1 record. It was one win short of the one season record and a league best of 92% of his team's win. All in all, not bad. I'm saying that, and sorry, folks,
Okay.
work brain getting the best of me. What I'm trying to say is, it was a very good record for him, an even better season, especially with that save percentage, with him being the second among starters, and him securing the fewest goals despite being on a team that was only 8th in defense TPE. I would say that would be very impressive. Is very impressive. What are your thoughts on Milash, Kami?
I think Malash had a super strong season. I think if the team and he didn't have a bad week, we'd be like, I'd be pushing him to be like, this is a robbery. This is like, he deserves this. And but like he still had a great season, a 911 save percentage, league best. Best in goals saves above average, for second in goals against average, behind just in time, and he had 4 shutouts. Like it was such a great season from the Nabor Malash, and I think next year, if you're going to be betting on goalies to be up here again, if I was a betting man, I would bet that he'd be here again next season.
I would definitely agree. I think of our 3 contenders here, each has a high likelihood of being back, but based on what you've said, what I've seen, and what I've heard in the rumblings for next season, I would say Malash definitely is a strong contender for being back here next season.
I think it's even more likely with just in time entering like very strong regression. I know that he's regressed a few times and he's much lower than he was at his peak. So look at Debonair, and I believe the other nominee was Rebecca,
Yes,
to be strong
I would
runners next
agree,
season.
especially considering Rebecca was one of the bright spots on what was a relatively lackluster Stampede team. No offense, Buffalo, but y'all have to admit y'all did have a bit of a rough season. But that being said, I do think, given how well Rebecca performed with a 26-23-5 record, and then jumping that up to a .908 save percentage, especially given it was her first season with Buffalo, I think she can only go up from here. And that's saying nothing of her shutout record or how well she did with her GAA. I mean, 3.56, that is pretty damn solid there, especially for a team like Buffalo. Now,
I'm looking at the goalie leading stats to give some context to Rebecca. She was third in shots against the whole season. The other two, Kaylee from Edmonton, which makes perfect sense. Edmonton was all rookies, and Song Ju Jong, um, were ahead of her. Those are the only other 2 goalies, and they're both under a 900% save percentage. The other 2 below were under 900. Like you have to go down and down until you hit Greg Eggers at LA to see another goalie at 900 or plus save percentage.
fair enough. Yet, with that being said, To quote one of my other favorite movies, there can only be one. And the winner of the John McBride Award is just in time for the San Francisco Pride.
Congratulations, just in time. You definitely deserved it this year. You led the team in league in wins, like 7 shutouts. The next closest is Stun Gun with 5 in
And
Atlanta.
next up, we have the Scott Stevens Award for Best Defenseman. Now, we've got a few familiar faces back. I remember Elena Maximova for the LA Panthers was here. I believe she was actually nominated and even won a few of the, or she was at least nominated for the Scott Stevens last year, if memory serves, or sorry, last season, pardon me. As was, I can't remember if Nathaniel Barca was in the running for any of these, but all told, we've got a solid set of contenders here. Lena Maximova coming off of a record season with the Panthers for season 78. This season managed 17 goals, 39 assists, 145 blocks, 97 hits, and a takeaway of 12.64. All in all, very good. Not only that, but she was also the 4th-ranked defenseman in point. And all told, from what I hear from her team, she was an exceptional and incredible two-way defender. Representing the Forge, we have Nathaniel Barca with 23 goals, 36 assists, 119 blocks, and 60 hits with a takeaway of 1671. I don't have too much to say on Barca, given I'm not that familiar with him, but from what I've heard, it was was excellent on the power play with 28 overall, and was actually second in the league for points with 58. All told, that puts him in about if memory serves, he's actually 90th in percentile for giveaway takeaway. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at, Kami. Yeah, so all told, 2 incredible nominees thus far. What do you make of Toasty, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, Toasty had standout season, even for himself. I believe that we looked at it and he was plus on points, plus on almost every stat. And he led all defensemen in points, goals, and assists. He owned the puck. If you look at his defensive stats, they're so good too. Only 6 giveaways, 73 takeaways. His advanced stats say that he just owned the puck. He controlled the puck. And that's the person you want in your power play. You're playing almost 4 minutes a game on the power play. They're San Francisco. A big reason that they had such a strong season that they did. Ended up with 73 points. Massive for a defenseman.
Oh no, I don't envy y'all on the awards committee for having to make this choice, especially given what incredible nominees we had. But as I said earlier, there can only be one winner, and I think if y'all have watched the stream thus far, y'all have noticed a pattern, and I think y'all can tell who it's going to be. With great pleasure, I announce that the winner of the Scott Stevens Award is Toasty for the San Francisco Pride. Congratulations, buddy. Put in a lot of hard work this season, and you've earned it. That's not to say our 2 other nominees didn't do well, but Toasty was just just cut above the rest. Congratulations, and I look forward to seeing you back here next year.
Congratulations, Toasty. You just smashed every metric that we looked at. You did well defensively, owned possession, and put up points. Congratulations on a strong season. I wish and I hope that you continue it next season, and we can talk about you even more.
Here's hoping. And who knows, this may not be the last we see of him. Next up, we have the Bojo Biscuit Award for Best Defensive Defenseman, and as I told you, we'd be seeing him again. Representing the New Orleans Spectres is Hugh Manius with 10 goals, 32 assists, 267 blocks, 74 hits, and a giveaway takeaway of 1862. Representing the Pride, well, actually, double whammy for the Pride, we've got Sidney Shaw with 6 goals, 45 assists, 193 blocks, 77 hits, and a giveaway takeaway of 761. And back yet again is Toasty with 27 goals, 46 assists, 128 blocks, 57 hits, and a giveaway takeaway of 673. Now, I don't think we need to reiterate how great Toasty is, so it's obvious why they're here. But I think our other nominees here could use a little elucidation. Up first, with Sidney Shaw, she was in the 91st percentile for best giveaway takeaway average. Not only that, but she was the top player for goals against, 60 with only 2 giveaways. And that's saying nothing of how great she was as a defender for out of 60 with 27.1. All in all, very solid. With Hugh Manius, not familiar with him personally, but from my sources, he was overall in the 94th percentile defenders, with 8th in shots blocked with 267 total, and then with regards to hits, very solid with the 86th percentile in hits. All in all, very good representatives for the Pride and NOLA here. Yet, with that being said, y'all had to pick one, and personally, I think y'all made a good choice, as the winner of the Bojo Biscuit is Sidney Shaw, representing the Pride. Congratulations, Sidney. You've earned it.
That's definitely the case. Sydney was part of a super pairing um, on the Pride, and just absolutely limited shots against with 27.1 per 60. Um, great possession scores, but not putting up numbers. So I think this is what the committee looked at was, hey, if you're an offensive defenseman, you're just going to own the puck anyways. But this is a defenseman that put up pretty okay points, but owned the puck, stopped the opponent from having it, and limited the chances against. The takeaway giveaway ratio of 61-7 is super strong too. Honestly, that's a great ratio.
I would agree. And here's hoping we will see Sydney back here for the Season 81 awards. Now I'm counting on all of y'all to be back, so don't let me down, okay? Next up,
It's less.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's less names to remember.
Oh, ideally we want them all back, yes. But that's on y'all too, so
yeah,
you'll have an incentive to make sure you bring them back. Is that tampering? I don't think so, but y'all may have a different opinion. Next up, we have the Jeff Darr Award for Best Two-Way Forward from the Panthers with 46 goals, 48 assists, 46 blocks, 101 hits, and a giveaway takeaway of 59-45. Adam Pripich. Representing Calgary, we have Sonia Solberg with 31 goals, 55 assists, 72 blocks, 113 hits, and a giveaway takeaway of 56-64. And then finally, representing the Pride, we have Victor Hargreaves with 37 goals, 51 assists, 37 blocks, 61 hits, and a giveaway takeaway of 58-70. Now, Mr. Hargreaves did quite well this season with a takeaway giveaway average, which was positive, very rare for a forward with 70 to 58. All in all, very good. He had a 258 average SHTOI while putting up 77 points, and surprisingly, only 26 penalties in minutes with about 21:30 per game. I mean, not gonna lie, that's a very good record there. Now Pripyat, I'm not as familiar with. Perhaps you are, Kami.
I am actually. I was looking at him in fantasy and stuff, and looking at his actual value in fantasy, and it was quite high. Yeah, he just was playing a lot. He played power play. He played penalty kill. He was putting up points on the penalty kill. Um, he when the forward is your second best on the team or first best or close to, they're really driving defensive play in shots against per 60. And Pripyat was with 29.7, so second best. Like it's just what you do as a defensive forward, you just don't let the opponents shoot.
Fair enough. And then Sonia Solberg, I'll admit, I've heard her name throughout fantasy and seen her pop up a few times throughout the streams this past season. While I'm not as familiar with her as I am Hargreaves, my sources do have quite a lot of good to say about her. While she doesn't necessarily or lead in any single area, she is a very solid well-rounded player across the board. She is very much a case of a person that's solid in every area with few to no weaknesses. And I think that's evident in not only her stats, but the fact she has been a consistent performer throughout the season. She had 86 total points with yet another rare positive takeaway giveaway ratio with 64 to 56 and only 28 penalties and minutes on an average time on ice of 22:07. I mean, you cannot ask for a more solid performance than that. Yet, as much as it pains me, we cannot give the award to all three of them, even though I personally think each deserves it in their own way. So, without any further ado, the winner for the Jeff Darr Award is Sonia Solberg for the Calgary Dragons. Congratulations, Sonia. And here's hoping that your season 81 is even better, season 80 is even better than your season 79 was.
What a strong season for somebody who's only been in the league for 3 seasons. This is absolutely crazy to win this award. Congratulations. Putting up 86 points in 66 games, while RS said, more takeaways than giveaways. This is super rare for forwards. FHM absolutely despises forwards. They tell you, the sim tells you, you're going to give it away. So to have it the other way around is such a plus um, for a forward, as well as all of the possession and defensive stats over 60. Sonia was pulling her team in the right direction.
Kami, is it just me, or does it feel like it's getting a little chilly in here? Because I don't know about you, but it seems like we've got a blizzard rolling in with the amount of blizzard players we've got on this rookie team. Now, for our all rookie team on forward, we have Alexa Johansson. We have backing her up Olafur Atlason. Then representing the Tampa Bay Barracuda on forward, we've got Braden Point. Then back again from the Blizzard, we have Yaeth Efo on defense. Then we have Deathclaw on defense, representing the Montreal Patriots. And then from the Stampede, as goalie, we've got Dexter Harrison Jr. I'll keep this brief. While I'm not as familiar with the SHL as I am with the Jays, Alexa Johansson and Olafur Atlason have both been very solid players and in their own ways were contenders for Rookie of the Year. And the fact that they are present on the all-rookie team should be testament to that. Same goes for Braden Point, YFFO, Deathclaw, I'm not familiar with. And if memory serves, Dexter Harrison, I believe, was actually up for some awards last season. So I'm not surprised to see him back. And I'm actually glad. Apparently, I made a mistake. It's Johansson. Sorry. Yes, I know, okay. No need to keep nagging me. But yeah, all in all, very solid team. And each of them deserves to be here. Do you have any thoughts, Tommy?
Mostly just I'm really proud of these rookies coming into the SHL and just absolutely killing it. They did so well. Um, there's only so many opportunities that are afforded to some rookies, especially in a competitive team, and even those ones stood out, which is just a testament to their player and them.
I would agree. And I would not be surprised if we see some of these names again real soon. Here's hoping that even if we don't see y'all in any of the coming awards, you'll be back on this team and up for nomination next season. Now, without any further ado, we move on to the Ryan Jester Award for Best Rookie. And as I told you, we would be seeing a few familiar faces. Up first, we have Alexa Johansson for Edmonton with 45 goals, 44 assists, 33 blocks, 107 hits, a giveaway takeaway of 80 to 28. Now, Alexa set an SHL record as a rookie, as a winger, with 89 points, and suffice to say, that blew me away when I saw that. I would not be a lie to say that all of the Edmonton locker room was cheering for her when she set that record. And for as much work as Cake put in to her player, I think it's a testament as to why she is here. And that is saying nothing of the fact that she was in the top 10 in the league for overall goals scored, pardon me, goals scored with 45. And that's before we even mention her points, too. She showed up at all times when she was asked to be on the rookie and all rookie first line and has just bounced from strength to strength throughout her career. So I'm very pleased to see her here, and here's hoping that she continues to have a bright future with Edmonton. Cade DeVries is representing the Toronto North Stars with 8 goals, 15 assists, 110 blocks, 52 hits, and a giveaway takeaway of 927. Cade, I'll admit, I'm not as familiar with. Perhaps you can enlighten us, Kami.
I think it's really unusual for a rookie defenseman to be pulling their team's shots against per 60 down. So when you have a rookie defenseman come in, you expect them to get lit up, that they're going to be exposed. Kate DeVries wasn't. He was actually better than the team on average defensively. And his possession stats show it. He has really strong possession stats, really good shots against per 60. So he did everything and more that is asked from a rookie defenseman, and he definitely deserves to be here and considered. Defensemen are important to the league. There's no going about it or around it.
Definitely. And last, but certainly not least, we have Olafur Atlason representing Edmonton with 36 goals, 43 assists, 44 blocks, 87 hits, and a giveaway takeaway of 39-32. Give me 1 second here. Sorry. Um, while not as dominant as Alexa, Oliver was nonetheless quite impressive for a rookie with 79 points. And that's saying nothing of his defensive stats, which were phenomenal with over 40 blocks and over 30 takeaways. And with a time on ice of 20 minutes a game, he easily made his way onto the first line and performed incredibly well. I mean, I think it's no exaggeration to say you have an incredible trio of contenders here for the best rookie. Were it any other season, I think each of them would be a shoe-in for the best or for the Ryan Jester. But as is the case with the SHL awards, we can only give this to one. And that rookie is Alexa Johansson. Congratulations, Cake. You've earned it, and I'll just say, simply well done. Here's looking to you, and here's hoping we see not only you, but our two other contenders back here next year.
I think Alexa Johansson had preparation that met opportunity. There's opportunity on Edmonton to do well, and Alexa was prepared to take advantage of it. With her breaking the rookie points record, I think it'd be a hard time for any committee member to vote against her, or at least not rank her number 2. And it's clear that's why she won.
I would agree. And speaking off topic for a moment, I think if Alexa and Oliver, as well as the other Edmonton players, continue to perform this well in the seasons ahead, I think you will definitely see a bright future for the Blizzard ahead. With that being said, it is time for us to move on to our next award. Next up, we have the Aiden Richin Award for Most Improved. Our nominees are, representing the Syndicate, is Cal Juice with 34 goals, 58 assists, 33 blocks, 102 hits, and a giveaway takeaway of 77-35. And we have two returning nominees, Sonia Solberg from Calgary with 31 goals, 55 assists, 72 blocks, 113 hits, and a giveaway takeaway of 56-64. And representing the Pride, Toasty with 27 goals, 46 assists, 128 blocks, 67 hits, and a giveaway takeaway of 673. To be quite honest, and no disrespect meant here, I think from what y'all have seen of Sonia and Toasty's records thus far, it is obvious why they are here. Although, if my partner in crime here wants to give a little further detail, go ahead, my friend.
There were so many improved players, like Toasty coming up from last season and like 8 above his next highest, which was also a really high season. Did absolutely crazy. His defensive game improved as well. Cal Juice, I don't know if there's a player that increased their points that much this season. I'd have to really dig into our previous conversations, but going up 58 points from last season is nutty, and plus 22 from his next highest. And then Sonia Solberg, we already talked about her. She's won an award. Just absolutely dominant in all areas of the ice. I would draft like 5 Sonia Solbergs, 6, 7, all for my team if I could. So I am so happy. I'm so excited to see who's won.
And with that being said, while we have 3 incredible nominees, one must truly be a cut above the rest, and that is Cal Juice. Congratulations, Mr. Juice, and here's to an incredible season ahead of you. Congratulations. Now,
congratulations, Cal Juice. 57 points, 22 over your highest. What a year! I hope that you continue to improve and continue to be up near the top of the scoring race for seasons to come.
Now, next up, we close out the All-Star teams with our second All-Star teams. On forward, representing the Pride in a name returning from last year, we have last season, Dominic Winters. Representing the LA Panthers, we have Derek Martin as our second forward. Representing the New England Wolfpack, we have Antoine Beauregard. And then back yet again from LA, we have Elena Maximova. And then representing the Toronto North Stars, and I'm just going to say I love this name, Ace Lightning. It's just fun to say.
Best
It's
name,
right off the
best
top.
one of the best names in the
Oh
SHL.
yeah, you don't get much more badass than that. And representing the North Stars as well, we have a returning face, Denibor Milash. All told, every individual here, be it former nominees from previous seasons or newcomers like Mr. Lightning here, I believe, each put in the work and each deserves to be here. While I cannot speak for their stats personally, I am certain that they each excel in their own ways. Kami, got any insights on that?
I just want to highlight Ace Lightning. Ace Lightning had like 55 points as a defenseman on Toronto, kind of a mid upper level pack team. Like 3 minutes on the power play, 2 minutes shorthanded. Did everything for this team. And Ace deserves to be here. And Ace was definitely in consideration about some other awards. There was talks about them quite often.
Fair enough. All right. Now, as much as I would love to continue talking about our second All-Star team, we have another award to hand out. And this is the Lance Uppercut Award for Best GM Duo. And I apologize in advance for butchering your name. But for the LA Panthers, we have Whitecap and Rash Fordu. For the San Francisco Pride, we have Bad Wolf and Toast. And representing the Calgary Dragons, we've got Boom and Possum Queen. Now, Whitecap and Rashford, who I am not familiar with, I'm sorry, y'all. Haven't had the pleasure to interact with y'all yet. Same goes for Boom. But with Bad Wolf and Toast, Bad Wolf has, as far as I remember, a long history with the SHL. They have been a streamer, helped with the draft, and have been a host on multiple occasions. So, given that, and given how successful the Pride was this season, I think it is a testament to not only her, but Toast's abilities as GMs to see San Francisco perform this well and be a dominating force within the SHL. Y'all care to enlighten us on Whitecap and Rashfordu, Kami?
I'm actually season 80 create, so I actually don't know too much about them. What I can tell you is that they've done such an incredible job. There's a reason why the LA and San Francisco were top three, I think, in the league, and the Calgary Dragons nearly upset the Pride in the second round. There is so much excitement going on about these teams. They've been managed so well. Please keep doing what you're doing, and I'm looking forward to seeing you
And
next
then,
season.
as for the Dragons, I'm just speaking from my interactions with them, but and from watching them, they have not only built an incredible team throughout successive drafts, but they have one of the strongest cores of any team, or strongest core of players on any team in the SHL. I think that's a testament to how well they performed this season. And not only that, but I think it is Calgary is a masterclass in how to do a rebuild. going from a rather weak team into a powerhouse. And that's saying nothing of the trade they performed this offseason with a wonderful forward who helped propel them deep, or who helped propel them through the regular season and through a very strong playoff run, if memory serves. Yet, with that being said, y'all know the drill, and I think the winners here are obvious, if anything, or if the previous awards are anything to go by. And without further ado, and a drum roll, please, the winner of the Lance Uppercut Award is the San Francisco Pride. Congratulations to Bad Wolf and Toast. Y'all earned it, and here's hoping that we'll see you back again next season.
Pride did such a good job. If you look at their TPEs, like they have a few good defenders, and then it just drops off a cliff. I think their bottom pairing is under 1,000 TPE. So I don't know what held that third pairing together, whether it be duct tape or prayers, but it worked for them this season. So
Definitely.
congratulations.
Now, next up, we have the Joe McKeel Award for Best Coach. And back yet again, we've got the Los Angeles Panthers, the San Francisco Pride, and the Texas Renegades. For the Pride, you have to admit this was an incredible season for them. They not only managed to be first in goals with 346, but managing to be the best against at 203. That is quite the tall order, and that's saying nothing of the fact that they led in shots per game. So all in all, they were definitely an elite scoring team and top of the line for goaltending. And that's saying nothing of how they managed to pull in front to become a frontrunner for the President's Trophy. San Francisco, I'm sorry, folks. Brain fart. That was for the San Francisco Pride, not LA. Sorry. For the Panthers, still, a lot of what I said applies. Just flip things around a little bit. Best PK in the league at 85.3, lowest giveaways for a team, and all in all, incredible performance on both the offense and defensive ends of things. I think the fact that they had been here and have been at the top end of the SHL for at least 2 to 3 seasons now is testament to how skilled their coaching staff is and how incredible they are on the ice and off the ice. You got anything to say on the Renegades, Tommy?
Yeah, I do. They had such a great power play, best in the league at 29.3%. They were great defensively. They were right behind San Francisco in shots per game. And they led the season in points until the final week. Like the Renegades, we were watching them, we were excited. We're like, hey, they're gonna do really well. And the last week, the sim just really hurt them. They had a really rough last week, and they dropped to third. They did so well. They utilized all the resources they had to perfection, and it showed.
All right. Now, without further ado, our winner of the Joe McKeel Award, and I even need to say it at this point. Folks, y'all know what's coming. The winner of the Joe McKeel is the San Francisco Pride. Congratulations, y'all, and here's hoping we'll see you back here yet again next season. Next up. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go right ahead. Oh, sorry.
No, feel free. If you have something to say, go ahead.
I'll speak for some other people, and I'm like, San Francisco Pride, go down so we can talk about new teams because I want to talk about more people that are involved in the SHL. Please, please give them a challenge. Knock them off their pedestal. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I think a challenge has been issued, y'all. And I think it's about time that someone steps up. Now, let's see which one of y'all can rise to the challenge for that. Counting on y'all. Anyways, next up, we have the Damian Littleton Award for Most Dedicated User. Our nominees are Naomi, Manqueen, Frenchie, and I think there's been a tiny mistake here. I don't think that third person necessarily belongs.
I'll say this. I know you're too embarrassed to do it. Ara, you have been nominated for the Damian Littleton. How do you feel?
Ah,
Mhm.
admittedly, a tad embarrassed about it, but eh, it's okay. Um, anyways, I would say of our award winners, or I'm sorry,
Did I get you
of
all
our
bothered?
nominees, Naomi and Frenchie, I would say are far and away some of the most fantastic and dedicated users I have worked with. Naomi, as head of the as a member of the recruitment team, has gone far and above or far and beyond the call of duty in not only getting new users involved, but thinking of ideas to draw in new users, as well as expand the SHL's reach, be it on Reddit, be it on Twitter, be it on other social media sites, and so on. Um, she's brought back the prospect tournament for the S80 draft class, which, if y'all will remember, is the first one since season 62. And that's saying nothing of the fact that she is not only a rookie mentor, but a PT co-head as well. I mean, barring a few other people, she easily holds some of the most demanding jobs on this site. And it's a testament to her skill and dedication that she has done such an incredible job.
I
Frenchie,
agree. Sorry, to Naomi, she was the one that recruited me. So thank you, Naomi,
and
for bringing me
she's
here.
actually recruited a few other nominees and award winners, if memory serves. I think she was actually the one that brought Cake in as well.
Awesome.
Frenchie, I'll just admit, Frenchie's incredible. Um, Not only as the former head of the of Ireland and the IIHF, wherever he goes and whoever he talks to is just a blast to be around. I remember back in the season 78 draft, he was the first one that scouted me, and we ended up talking for the better part of several hours on everything from Canadian culture, music, sites around Montreal, just down to random crap. And it was a blast all the time. And you cannot ask for a nicer person, barring Naomi or a few other of the rookie mentors, to get you involved with the SHL. And that's not even mentioning the fact that he has been a fixture of HO since time immemorial. And every time I check the HO Discord servers, he is constantly involved, no matter what it is. It can be as minor as fixing a forum post, all the way up to dealing with sim issues and even helping with streams. Suffice to say, you will not find a more dedicated person than him or Naomi when it comes to this site. And I think we as a community owe them, I don't know if I would say a debt of gratitude, but I would say at least our thanks for making the SHL such a wonderful community.
I
And
agree. There are so many things that so many people do here that just go unnoticed, that people don't know, that just keep this whole league running smoothly. While Luke wasn't nominated, I'll shout out him. He did a big project with like the history and the reconstruction of the previous season. So like that is huge. That is so cool. And if you don't mind, I will take your nomination and explain why you have been nominated. I'm sure
okay,
you don't want to do it yourself.
I was planning on skipping it, but if you want to, feel free.
So we're gonna talk about is it Ara or Era? Ara?
It's Aura.
Ara. I've only met you about an hour ago, just over that, and you've been nothing but pleasant to me. You've fought through a bunch of technical issues we had to start, as well as you have took on many roles. You've taken on many hats. You've done the draft stream presenters for past award streams and this stream. You're currently the deep dive head, and you are involved in the head office. You've accomplished a lot and gained a lot of trust from the league. And like you said, you were recent draftee. That is absolutely astonishing for somebody so new and motivated to be so accomplished right now. So congratulations for that. And you are another person that just goes and helps rookies whenever you get a chance, whenever you see a question. So thank you very much. You do deserve to be on this list. I know you don't feel it like that right now, but you do deserve to be here.
Well, I thank you for your kind words, Kami. But with that being said, I think our winner was far more deserving than I. And our winner for the Damian Littleton Award is Naomi. Naomi, forgive me if I sound like I'm gushing a bit, but thank you for all you have done for the SHL. Thank you for your dedication. And above all, thank you for helping to make the community a wonderful place to be, not only for returning veterans, not only for longtime users, but for rookies as well. And I hope you take this win as a sign to keep things up and to keep on making the SHL the fun place it is to be. Congratulations, and I hope to see you back on this list again next season. Now,
Congratulations, Naomi. Sorry. Thank you for recruiting me. I'm still a little salty about the fact that I got red recruited and I'm missing out on the $3 million, but we'll move on. And thank you so much. You've done so much for this whole site and keeping everything running. But where's my money?
You'll get paid when you earn it. Sorry. Next
It's all
up,
good.
we have, and looks like I was mistaken, we have our first All-Star team. We have, representing the Pride, on forward, Logan Webb. And I told you we'd be seeing this gentleman again, Chris Valentine, aka the Valentine, with the Texas Renegades on forward. Then on forward from the Forge, he certainly ain't sleeping with the fishes. It's Tony Soprano. Back again for the Pride, we've got Toasty on defense. For the Forge on defense, we've got Nathaniel Barca. And good God, look at the time. Or should I say, just in time, we've got our man of the hour on goalie for the San Francisco Pride. And I'm sorry for the puns, folks. I promise you I'm almost done with them.
The data me is so pleased with you. I'm so proud of you.
Of course, I may be lying, too. Next up, we have the Ron Mexico Award for Most Valuable Player. Now, judging by his performance and his litany of nominations thus far, I would say you could make the case that this player is certainly the heart of the Renegades, Chris Valentine, with 54 goals, 58 assists, 44 blocks, 55 hits, and a giveaway takeaway of 93-43. Representing the LA Panthers, we've got Derek Martin with 42 goals, 63 assists, 59 blocks, 72 hits, a giveaway takeaway of 66-48. And then representing the Pride, we have Logan Webb with 53 goals, 58 assists, 43 blocks, 122 hits, and a giveaway takeaway of 63-37. Chris, or Mr. Valentine, I'm sorry to gloss over you again. You are fantastic, but I think our other nominees deserve a little bit of the spotlight. Given we have talked about you at length this far. For Derek Martin, to be entirely honest, he did incredibly well with 105 points this season, with him being only 6 behind Chris. That's saying nothing of how well he did with his blocks and takeaways with 59 and 46 respectively, and showed excellent concern on the defensive side on the game as well. And he even put up 11 points more than the next best on the Panthers. And to be blunt, he was the main driver of the offense for the Panthers. All in all, solid nominee.
All of them were solid. All of them had just absolutely crazy seasons. It was so fun to discuss week after week, sim after sim, who was like leading, who got the edge that sim, who did the sim favorite today, what's going to happen next tomorrow or next week. Like, it was so much fun to watch this. It was so close.
All right. Then Logan, how can I put this? Was second in the league in both goals and points, had the matched Mr. Valentine with the number of assists, came in clutch for the Pride as with 7 game-winning goals, and not only that, but was also the offensive leader on the team and what was the best team on the league. All told, the Pride had the most goals for a reason, and that reason was Logan Webb. And circling back to Chris, what I said earlier does not diminish just how phenomenal he was this season. There is a reason he was up for multiple awards and even won a few. He led the league in both goals and points, and there was a complete chasm between him and the rest of his teammates with 28 points in between them. And I think it is no exaggeration to say he was easily the most important player on Texas's roster and was a major factor in why they were pushed into such a high seed for the playoffs this season. So once again, 3 incredible players, but one has to take home the award. And that person, I think, stands head and shoulders above the rest. Our winner for the Ron Mexico Award is Chris Valentine for the Texas Renegades. Congratulations, Chris, and I hope to see you have yet another incredible season in season 80.
What a ridiculous season by Chris Valentine. I think the hard part sometimes about determining any SHL award is hockey's a team game. There's 5 players on the ice. Chris Valentine having a 28-point gap between him and the next player just shows how much better, how much he was elevating his team. And I think that's what we really looked at for the most valuable player, who elevated their team. I don't think the Texas Renegades finished where they were without Chris Valentine this season.
I would agree. And next up, we have the Anton Razov Award for Playoff MVP. And I think y'all know which team takes the top spot for this. Without question, it's San Francisco with their triple threat, and Dominic Winters with 17 goals, 18 assists, 15 blocks, 21 hits, and a giveaway takeaway of 9-14. Logan Webb and Justin Time back yet again, with Logan scoring 15 goals, 19 assists, 15 blocks, 36 hits, and a giveaway takeaway of 28-11. And Justin Time with 61 goals against, a GAA of 2.76, 4 shutouts, and a save percentage of .911. Now, I think by now we have gotten to know both Logan and Just in Time quite well. So I'm not trying to diminish y'all's contributions. I just want to put the spotlight on Mr. Winters here for a moment. Um, Dominic led the team with 17 goals and 35 points. Face-offs, he was just a machine with winning 56.4 against the top line to secure possession. And my God, only taking a single penalty in the entire playoff run, that is a record few players during any season, let alone a playoff this difficult, or as difficult as 79 was, is no small feat. Circling back to Logan Webb, second on team in goals with 15, 19 assists, and 34 points. They led all forwards in ice time and led the team in hits with 36 and was second among forwards in shot blocked with 15. And as for Justin, I don't know what I can say that I haven't said before. All in all, a very incredible player and a true asset to the Pride. They would not, truthfully speaking, the Pride would not be as dominant as they are without him or any of these three nominees. Yet,
Are you saying that the Pride should be prideful of their players?
I would certainly say that, yes. Yet, with that being said, I think we know what's next. And the clock is ticking on this slide, so let's move on. Our winner of the Anton Razov is Just in Time. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Congratulations, Justin. And here's looking to see you back here next season.
Well, I hope he's back here next season. He's definitely in the hard part of regression. The fact that he put up 7 shutouts in the regular season, I know it doesn't matter to this, but he put up 4 more in the playoffs and 2 in the finals. How do you not reward somebody that goes out, a goalie that goes out and puts 2 shutouts in the finals? If anybody needed to step up, he was like, I got this. I got this. Don't worry, team. And he put them on their back. So congratulations, just in time.
And we now move on to our last award, the Sarmid Khan Award for Players MVP. We have representing the New England Wolfpack, Antoine Beauregard. Representing the Pride, San Francisco, God, for frickin' bed. Representing the Pride, Logan Webb. And back, yet again, we have Chris Valentine for the Texas Renegades. I'll cut the story short here, folks. Each of these players is among the top on their teams, if not among the top in the league. Beauregard, Webb, and Valentine are all phenomenal players in their own right. And in any other season, each I can see taking this award. But given what we've seen here during this award show, I think we all know who the winner is going to be. Our winner for the Sarmid Khan Award is Chris Valentine of the Texas Renegades.
Congratulations, Chris. What a season.
Congratulations, Chris. You had a fantastic season, and all in all, you definitely deserved the win here. And that's the end of our show for tonight, folks. I hope y'all had a good time, and I hope to see you back here for the Season 80 edition of the SHL Awards.
Hope to be there then. I hope I get to continue to talk with you. It's been a great time. You've been so pleasant. I hope everybody feels that the awards committee did their job. Like, we are so many good players. I have a list of maybe 10 to 15 players in my head for every award. I have trouble now with the stats because everything kind of blends together. One bad sim, one bad week, because all of them were really tight races. I am so proud of everybody that was discussed, that was nominated, and that won. I hope to see you back next year. I hope to see some fresh names. Challenge them, challenge these winners, and I hope to see you.
And with that, we are going to take a short break, and we will be back in a moment with the J Awards. Stay tuned, folks. And we are back, folks, for the S79 SMJHL Awards. I'm your host, Ara, and joining me, though new to the Jays, is Kami.
Yeah, my first season here. I've definitely done a deep dive on likely one of these players that have been nominated, I think. So I'm excited to see them. I see you, James T. I see them on this list.
Oh, James, don't forget, if you need to fix that second deep dive, otherwise I'm taking that TPE away, buddy.
Ooh,
Is she lying? Is she telling the truth? Who knows? We'll see. Now, without further ado, up first, we have. Give me 1 second here, folks. We have our 4-Star Cup champions, the Quebec City Citadels.
Congratulations, Quebec. Great season. What a dominant season. I think the only real threat you had was UConn in round 2, which pushed you to game 7, but what a strong season. And you're geared up for next season.
Oh,
I don't think there's a weakness on your team yet.
and I can say Gwen and her team put in the hard work this season and created a phenomenal Citadels team. Just truly incredible. And they deserve to be here for it. Now, next up, we have the King Kazurski Gauntlet, our South Playoff champions. Don't call them extinct, folks, because they're coming at you. Is the Colorado Raptors.
They had a great run. I thought for sure Maine was going to knock them off in round 2, but they triumphed in 7 and then went on to probably beat the West favorites in Carolina 4-1. So congratulations, Colorado. What a season, even if I'm a little salty of you sweeping us in the first round.
And next up, for our Lena Landvik trophy, we have our North playoff champions. Any surprise, we see Quebec City back yet again. And sidebar, folks, if you want a good breakdown of the Quebec or the Citadel GM teams, I'm sorry, folks, been a long day. Their thought processes and how they prepped and ran throughout this season. One of the Blizzard team did an excellent interview with them not too long ago, so go check that out. Evok
I'll have to check
and
it out.
Gwen give a phenomenal breakdown of their strategy and tactics for it. Now, moving on, we have the Luffer Trophy for Best Regular Season, and back yet again, we have the Quebec City Citadels. And again, I think it's just a testament to how well the team is run that they have done as well as they have, both in playoffs and in the regular season. So congratulations, Gwen. Congratulations, Evok.
Yeah, I think Newfoundland really gave them a run for the money. They tied in points. It was a win tiebreaker, most regulation wins. So this was super close. So congratulations, Quebec and Newfoundland and Carolina. You're right there, right behind them. So good luck this upcoming season.
Indeed. Oh crap! Sorry, folks. I may have made a mistake with that. I actually meant to say ramen, not Evok. I'm sorry. Anyways, my apologies for the error. Next up, we've got the Jared Hansen Trophy for a regular season point leader. For Cristoforo Roca Montepiano with 100.
Can't help it.
What?
Well, I was just like, what a name.
Yeah.
118 points, 52 goals, and 66 assists.
66.
Congratulations,
Congratulations, Cristoforo Roccamontapiano.
Oh my
Okay.
god, that was amazing. 10 out of 10.
Well, here's hoping we see you back next season, Mr. Roccamontapiano. For the Roberto Martucci Trophy, we've got from the Timber, the regular season goals leader, Valtieri Polkakianen with 55
Tynan.
Oh, you ask anyone in the league, they can tell you my pronunciation is horrible. So, my
I'm trying
apologies.
to. I'm guessing. Sorry, Ara.
Nah, it's fine. Next up, we have the Ronan O'Keefe Trophy for the playoff point leader. We have Hughes Incorporated, the Swedish Chef. Sidebar, I love the creativity with their names. I mean, Hughes Incorporated and Swedish Chef, which I'm sorry, but from now on, you will be known as the Swedish Chef, Mr. Chef, and Dejana Captina with 29 points. Now, all told, all three are incredible in their own right, yet as per... Oh, I'm sorry. My mistake. They are sharing this award, with each having scored 29 points. So, all told, well done. Now, next up, we have the Matt Lewis Flood Trophy. We have a tie here for Darth Davin and Mjolnir Kittensen, pardon me, with a save percentage of .9004 for the Raptors. All told, good work and phenomenal for y'all's inaugural season. With regards to Davin, gotten to know him a little bit. Phenomenal user, phenomenal player. So can't really say much more than great job, kid. Here's hoping we see you back on the awards next season.
I'm so proud of Mjolnir Kitterson. I was in the same draft class, so great job. I'm a little jealous.
Fair enough. And as said, my apologies. Evok has reminded me it's a team award, so that's why we had it shared. So my apologies, folks. Next up, we have our all defense team. We have Trevor Lopez from the Vancouver Whalers, Chuck Stewart from the Kraken, from the Great Falls Grizzlies. We have Argenti Gorilla. Incredible name, by the way. For the Maine Timber, we have Buffa Benson. And oh, it's this fellow. Congratulations for making it on the all defense team, Matthias. Jokes aside, Eurohero is an incredible user, and Matthias is a great defensive player. So I'm proud to see him here, and I'm proud to see the rest of them on the defense team as well.
I am so proud of Trevor Lewis for being on this. I know Vancouver had a really, really rough season, but to have a defensively standout season on like a rough team and a rough season, props to you. Congratulations.
Now, next up, we have the Elias Armia Trophy. And this is awarded by the SMJHL Commissioner for excellence. And our award winner is Ace. This is directly from Schwartznar. As the season wound down, Ace really stepped up to lead the SMJHL sim team, jumped in, learned the ropes very quickly, and then even added his own flair by bringing in commentary throughout the Sims to make the finals experience that much more enjoyable to watch and exciting for our viewers. And this, believe it or not, has actually led and paved the way for the creation of a broadcast team within the SHL to work with the Simmers to make the streams even more exciting with the addition of commentary moving forward. Um, all told, it's in large part due to Ace that I actually do everything I can to tune into the streams even during the workday. And I've got to say, his commentary is a large part in why I found the recent streams more enjoyable than I have in the past. Not to say they weren't great in the past, but just having that
I feel
commentary
the
now.
same way.
Oh yeah.
I always have it on a side tab or off to the side while I'm working and stuff just to watch. And yeah, I know Ace and commentating and talking through stuff is so nice. I think it's another level that we've added to the sim, and I hope we can continue to do that.
All right. And then next up, we have our Nor Harak Award for top GMs. We have Ramen Amen and Revan Tulete. And again, I'm sorry, Ramen, for making that mistake I did earlier. Um, you and Gwen definitely deserve to be here, especially given how phenomenal the Citadels were this past season. Now, not to be outdone, 7 and Kari, I think, are fixtures of any JHL season. The Kraken have been consistently good, and both have been excellent GMs for as long as I've known them. They've been excellent mentors for any rookies, and just in general have an eye for talent that very few outside or that is unmatched by except the Citadels GMs and St. Louis. I mean, again, I could talk about Kari and 7-7 at length, but I'll spare y'all my rambling. With regards to Jimmy Schmo 27 and Cake 307, what I said about Cake in the SHL awards holds true here, and I will reiterate it. Cake and Jimmy are a phenomenal GM team. You're talking two individuals that took a rather, and again, please do not take this the wrong way. I do not mean this to insult. Took a rather lackluster Scarecrow team that had been middling for the better part of several seasons and turned them into a powerhouse that was to be feared. I mean, I don't think I've seen such a turnaround in the almost 3 seasons I've been in the SHL. From the awards team themselves, St. Louis essentially was rebuilt from the ground up to a place where so many users want to end up. This complete transformation has not been matched in any locker room or in the Jays. I mean, you're just talking a night and day difference between the S79 Scarecrows and what they were in previous seasons. With regards to QCC, I mean, I don't know what else to say apart from the fact they've been consistently at the top of the league just due to how they've gotten their drafting and scouting down to science. They've built a strong locker room and they've just kept it vibrant, which has allowed their players to stay active and engaged throughout their Mirror's career. And again, not to be outdone, the Kraken team has just been phenomenal as well. And they truly embody the spirit of the Jack. All told, congratulations, y'all. Y'all are phenomenal, and y'all better be back here up for the North
I agree.
next season. If you don't, I
Sorry.
will personally drag you back here.
Now that's a promise. It is so hard, I think, to GM in the J. In the SHL, you got seasons and seasons and seasons. In the J, you have four. You have players coming in that might be unknown, or and then you only have them for so long. Another team can just call them up, and you're without them. Like what happened to Carolina this year. Um, to be up at the top to do such a turnaround is such a testament to a lot of time and effort that went in. And I know that these aren't the only teams that put in, but congratulations, especially these teams.
Oh, and to answer your question, Evok, I think we all know the Scarecrow would win. Anyways, without further ado, we have to pick a winner of these three. And I think y'all know who it is. It's 7-7 and Kari of the Carolina Kraken. So I guess I have to eat crow for what I just said. Looks like you were right, Evok. Oh no, wait, you weren't. Sorry, folks. Looks like
So
we were
rude.
both wrong.
So
Was Mal. Or, sorry, was Kraken that one.
They had a great season, honestly. They've done so well, and they're set up for success for the future. Congratulations to the Carolina Kraken.
Congratulations, y'all. Next up, we have the Zach Miller Award for Most Dedicated User. Oh, God. Come on, y'all.
I was waiting, and I was being patient.
All right, for the folks that deserve to be on here, we have Euro Hero, Realtor, Yosh, and some other person. Now, I know that the awards team hates when I go off script, but simply put, Yosh, where to begin? Or Yosh, pardon me. Yosh has been a persistent fixture, or has been a fixture in the rookie Discord, in the GM Discord, and just in the SHL Discord every day. Every day I see his memes. Every day I see him vibing in the chat. And he is just a fun guy to be there. And I always look forward to seeing his memes on whatever server he chooses to post them on that day. So keep up the good work, Yosh, and keep vibing, buddy. And post that damn dragon sticker or that toothless gif in the SHL Discord some more. Love seeing that. It makes my day. But to go back on script for a moment, Yosh is just a great representation of what it means to be in the J, and you can't get much more active. Rotor, I'll be honest, has been a phenomenal user for the entire time I've known them. Active, interested in making the league better, does his job as an intern incredibly well, and has been a persistent fixture in HO discussions and is always looking to help out. While initially I was a bit skeptical of them when they first applied to be an intern, working with them in head office for the Jays this past season has been incredible. And I'll have to admit, they have easily become one of my favorite users on the site, and I'm looking forward to seeing them join HO proper. Make it happen, y'all. He deserves to be there. And outside of that, just a fun guy to chat with. I love talking coasters with him. Love talking gaming. Phenomenal. Keep it up, buddy. And where to begin with this gentleman here? Euro Hero, aka Caliph, aka Matthias, is just a treat. Phenomenal person, a vibrant part of the Edmonton and St. Louis locker rooms. I mean, You cannot ask for a more friendly guy or a better person to sit back and just shoot the bull with. I mean, Caliph, no matter where they are, makes or automatically makes any locker room or Discord channel they're in the place to be. He's always smiling, always cheerful, and has a contagious energy which affects everyone around him. And not only that, but as some of y'all may know, we do a podcast together called Blizzard Buzz. He just is the heart of the podcast and is a wonderful collaborator to work with. If y'all get a chance to work with him, he's great.
Wow. I'll take the last one, so you don't have to do any shameless self-promoting here.
If you don't mind, please.
I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to drag it out and say it nice and stuff.
Please don't.
All right, someone somewhere, someone I see everywhere. And they have so many jobs in the league, and as a first gen to pump out the media and work they do is just amazing. From when Ara joined, they were doing like draft and award streams like right away in the SHL, in the juniors. They're in the head office and deep dive head, all while still being extremely active, extremely fun, extremely positive, and dedicated to every other aspect of the league. I don't think it's any coincidence that you have been nominated for an award both now in the SHL and in the J. So you deserve to be here, even if you don't feel it. So congrats for being nominated in both leagues.
Okay, that's enough. All right, and our winner for the Zach Miller Award
is Ara. Obviously, they're without words right now. They are absolutely amazed and humbled by everybody's kind words. They don't know how to react, and they might be speechless for a little bit. So this is my time.
Here. Thank y'all. I appreciate it, and I thank you for selecting me, even if I do think y'all may have gotten it wrong, but that's just me. Anyways, next up, Popel, yes, I would agree with you, but I do not make these decisions. Next up, we have the Jack Cross Award for Most Underrated. For Ottawa, we have Leo Carlson, aka Reuter. For Carolina, we have Jervis Arbranger. I'm sorry, CBX. I'm not good with names. For Great Falls, we have Grendel Waters Johnson, aka Waters. For Yukon, we have Joe Anderson, Mr. Ruhi. For QCC, we've got Shiny Rainbow, aka Marshy. For Detroit, we've got Quazan. I'm sorry, JBet Quest. I will butcher this. Brosen Chi. We have for Kelowna, for the Kelowna Knights, we have Jean Hockey, aka Brenadier. For St. Louis, we have Louis Belanger, aka Popel. For the Battleborn, we have Hip Hertz, aka Juke. And then for the Thunder Bay Walleye, we have Tip Toasty, also known as Tip Toasty Squared. I kid, obviously, but
Isn't it double T squared then?
Could be. We've got quite a lot from the awards team for the Jack Cross Award, so forgive us if this is a bit long. Kami, do you want to go ahead and start off with Leo Carlson?
Yeah, I'll start out here. Statistically speaking, Leo Carlson had a season of extremes. On one hand, a 41-point season for a third liner is very, very good, especially when they were only averaging under 17 minutes a game, like 16:47, with no power play time. It's even better that you consider that Leo had a rotating cast of line mates and defensemen to play with, and was kind of put into the meat grinder, trying to provide more offense, more defense, and better results. So he was left to deal with the ingoings and outgoings of players, following pickups and line adjustments to account for inactivity, which happens often in the J. All that said, Leo was a much needed dynamo for offense on an otherwise shaky unit. They also played, the other side of the coin is the tough defensive game that ultimately hindered their global game. It's really a hard situation to be in, playing a reduced role, but he held his head up and performed above what was expected of him. Raj, is it Raj or Ro?
I'm
I'm gonna mess this up.
I don't speak Dutch. I'm sorry. Or,
I think I'm part Dutch, and my wife is. So no, I'm gonna be ashamed for the rest of my life. They're an absolute beast, and that's despite just how little he sleeps. I don't kid. He and I go to bed at the same time, despite me being on the East Coast and they're in Scandinavia. I don't know how he does it.
I'm sorry, not Dutch. Pardon me. He's Scandinavian. Sorry. I guess my American is showing. I need to go back to geography class.
It's over there. Yeah, there.
That's somewhere over there.
They bleed teal and red. They embody Ottawa way more than any rookie I've ever seen. From the moment they've joined, the locker room completely changed. He drives conversation in nearly every channel on every topic. He knows when to be serious, when is important, and he knows when to lighten the mood and be the team clown. He's our favorite queer Viking, who's also threatening us with love. Yeah, love with axes, I'm sure. Elevating the spirits and being one of the kindest, most genuine, authentic first gens we've seen in a while. More so, he's been heavily involved to make the team better. He's got a waiver claims a week into the team, helped discuss tactics, having no knowledge of them, and just wanted to help. He posts a screenshot of every box score over the season and playoffs, and he's been collecting jobs around the site like they're sweets. They're destined for great things, and they're so proud and stoked for him.
Well, I agree, and I'm going to be sad to see him go as intern, but God's willing, I will make sure HO takes him and puts him where he belongs in our ranks proper.
Okay.
Anyways, moving on. Jervis Arbranger, CBX. When you're letter wearing, even strength points per game, chemistry in place, first line center is pulled up from the SHL to give an SHL team 100 more TPE, your season is effectively cooked. I mean, you can't complain when that 1C spot is filled with Jervis Arbranger. It should have been a decimating roster move, yet somehow it works and provides an opportunity to move new faces up. Be it moving up from PK and third line center, Jervis closed the final 39 games of the season with 24 goals, 30 assists, 54 points, with 16 goals, 21 assists, and 37 points of that at even strength and even anchoring the line. As Koala racked up 16, 44, and 60, while Chef put up 33, 26, 59 with 44 of those points at even strength. And that's before they even took off the limiters and absolutely tore the second half a new one. All in all, Jervis took what should have been an impossible situation and turned it around and even elevated the roster. That is no active magic, folks. That is incredible. While he may not be the loudest, CBX has shown time and time again that he is a character, or is a person of incredible character. He's incredibly attentive to the Sims, and no matter what's going on, he is always there to contribute, be it with the shenanigans going on in the locker room, or just brightening everybody's day with stories of his past work, and has been a true addition to the community. He was immediately interested if he could help someone when they lost their job, when they're having difficulties at work, and just loves talking about his hometown. I mean, you don't get much more authentic or down to earth than that. And while I don't know him personally, I think they sound like a wonderful person.
I agree.
And to quote the words of a certain podcast host, it's this guy, Grendel Waters Johnson / Waters. I'll be honest, Waters is phenomenal to recreate, fun guy to talk to, and an excellent media creator. While I haven't always seen eye to eye with him on certain things, particularly during previous drafts, I think he is nonetheless a great player and someone I hope to work with in the future. And assuming Valor and can get him back on, I look forward to seeing them collaborating on media again. And yes, Valor, get that next episode made. Y'all do great together, and the SHL could use more of your work. Although, to be fair, I think Waters kind of drives it. Anyways, enough of my rambling. They stepped up in a big way during their second season with the Grizzlies. Doubled down on their points totals, became an incredible power player. Suffice to say, he led the team in their offensive production, as well as several key stats that kept them afloat during rough stretches of the season, be it hits, GWG, or shots. He is the people champion of the team, and honestly, the real heart of Great Falls. They stepped up to help others when they were down, without question. They provide tactical support in the war room, drafting support, and keep the team in high spirits. All told, solid addition to the Grizzlies, and I look forward to seeing what they do in the coming seasons. Care to enlighten us on Joe Anderson, Kami?
I would love to. I would love to do Joe Anderson. For the Yukon Malamutes, Joe played a two-way counterattacking role, which tends to see him have reduced stats, especially when the team is currently in the final stage of a rebuild. The players like Joe are really important in letting their line mates shine, as we can see Phantom Benz at 85 points and Lumbermouth, what a name, great name, at 71 points. And Joe only at 49, despite sharing the same line. My feeling is that Joe was the one to turn the puck over, swing up ice, and create these chances. Joe also had very heavy penalty killing minutes, and it's fairly easy to look over a comparison to who they share the ice with. They're in the locker room daily, part of the war room, a significant contributor when it comes to daily chats, whether that be in the gaming channel, management channel, or the main locker room channel. He's always around. Such a good user. Hope to see you around.
All right. Next up, we have Shiny Rainbow, or Marshy. On the ice, Shiny is kind of in a tough spot. I mean, they're sharing a line with 3 other rookies on a roster with very high-end talent. Yet, with that being said, she should end up being a superstar on the team if trends continue to hold. But the limitations of her rookie TPA made for a fairly slow start and few opportunities to shine with her max potential. Yet, with that being said, she exploded onto the scene during the second half of the season, winning nearly a point per game and almost entirely at strength on a very deep line. That is, to put it in perspective, that's 56 points of debt, where scoring was absolutely crucial to the Citadel's unexpected Warfare Trophy win. And Shiny leading on the ice is part of that and will likely be a cornerstone in QCC's future success. Off the ice, hold on, sorry, off the ice, Marshy has been an excellent, and one could even say a hidden gem of a user in the locker room. They've been highly active from day one. They've proven over and over that they were an incredible steal at pick 20,
and would have been a steal even in the first round. Marshy's high earning has inspired the rest of the team to up their game to try and catch up to her and the rest of the max earners. And that's saying nothing of the fact of how much drive and passion she's given for the team. And
suffice to say, there's a reason that nobody in the QCC locker room
views or even understands what a rebuild season is anymore. She's done such an incredible job that there is no such thing as a rebuild for him anymore. Sorry. Next up, we've got Quazan, Roshi, Jbeck, Quest. I'm going off script here, but Jbeck Quest is an incredible user. He took what was a rather dead Ireland locker room and managed to completely revive it. Turned it into a fairly active for IHF standards Discord server, regularly posts, is constantly active on the forums, and helped Ireland take the gold this past season, if memory serves. All in all, it's taken on, and that's to say nothing of his role in Detroit. He's taken on a coaching role there, created custom art for the Detroit scoreboard, while even hosting an event that had 7 players in the Detroit locker room playing games and having a good time. All told, an incredible asset to Detroit, and I look forward to seeing him in action, both in IHF and elsewhere. You got any thoughts on Grenadier, Kami?
I do. There's one hockey on a team with just rookies and no full cap players. Everyone was asked to step up, and he did, setting career highs in every major statistical category, even without support from higher TPE teammates. Honestly, without Grenadier, the Knights probably would have finished below Vancouver. With the departure of most of the front office through trades or taking jobs with other teams, we knew this year would be tough. Lucky for us, Grenadier, fresh off GMing World to gold medal, mentioned he wanted to have a larger role with the team. Not only was he voted captain by the team, but he's the sole reason Kelowna was able to win as many games as we did. Tactically, he was always correcting my bad tactics to something that actually worked, and was willing to chat tactics and about why he chose each tactic. Add on being regularly active in the locker room and being willing to help anyone with build advice, he is essentially GM number 3 this season. I cannot speak more highly of him as a person or a player.
Fair enough. And we've been going on this for quite a while, so I'm going to go off script again for these. Popel, I'll be honest, he's a fantastic locker room presence, always active, always helps with the front office, and has been an excellent leader for STL. All said, he's a fantastic user, even if he does make a habit of being Popel, I know you're listening. You're great, buddy. Keep it up. All right. Juke, talk about an absolute powerhouse of a player. Going first overall in the S79 SHL draft, consistently being between the first and third places in overall TPE, and top of the board for earning for both for Edmonton and his J team. Honestly, you cannot ask for a better user, be it on the ice or off the ice. I mean, he is the solid rock of Nevada and was 8th in league overall for hits. And again, you cannot ask for a better user or a locker room presence. Tip Toasty, incredible player, incredible locker room presence. While not doing all that well on paper to top the leaderboards, they nonetheless contribute well in other ways. And suffice to say, they did an excellent job in scouting numerous users and players. All told, great user, great guy. And I look forward to seeing how well they contribute moving forward. Yet, with that being said, there is only one winner, and that winner is Leo Carlson, or Roaster. Great job, buddy. I look forward to seeing you in HO next season, and keep up the good work. You've earned it.
Congratulations, Leo Carlson.
All right. Next up, we have the Alex Light Award for Most Improved. Representing Carolina, we have Wall Billy Koala. For season 78, he had 11 goals, 25 assists, and 36 points. He more than doubled that in season 79 with 26 goals, 64 assists, and 90 points. Talk about quite the improvement. For QCC, we have Peter in season 78 scoring 7 goals, 16 assists, and 23 points, more than tripling his goal count for season 79 with 21 goals, tripling it again, almost tripling it with 46 assists and 67 points. And then representing Detroit is Mark Andrew Flowers with a .892 save percentage, 387 saves, and 434 shots against in season 78. Brought that up to a .902 save percentage. Oh my god, more than quadrupled his saves in season 79 with 1,452 saves with 1,610 shots against. I mean, simply put, that is quite impressive. For our write-ups here, Koala improved, and I don't think this is a understatement to say, improved an insane amount this season, seeing a whopping 54-point increase. And while he did see usage on power play, which he didn't last season, only 18 of those 54 points came on power play. His plus/minus also improved dramatically, and he led his entire team in points. Care to enlighten us on Peter, Kami?
You betcha. They had a great season as a defenseman in the J. It's hard enough. But when you have a 40-plus point increase from the season before, this has a lot about the player, their build, and the user behind it. Having come into their role, Peter really showcased what hard work can do for your career, and with his play this season. Congrats, Peter, for being nominated.
All right. And for Mark Andrew Flowers, he went from the backup in season 78 to move up to a starter and double, if not more, of everyone's stats from the year before. That is truly something. Yet, according to his GM, that's not what caught his eye. What caught his attention for Flower was the fact that he saved 1,000 more shots this season and only allowed 100 more goals. That means for every 100 shots against him, he only let in 10. That is phenomenal. And I think, while impressive, that does not quite match our winner of the Alex Slate. That winner being Wallbilly Koala of the Kraken. Congratulations, Wallbilly. Our Wallbilly Koala. Here's looking at you, and here's hoping to see you back in this spot for the nomination next season.
Congratulations, Billy Koala.
Next up, we have our all-rookie team. Representing the Scarecrows on forward, we have Boogan McGillicuddy. Oh, it's this Joker. Sorry, James. For being on the all-rookie team, I've got to deduct 10 TPE from you, buddy. In all seriousness, though, James does deserve to be on the all-rookie team as forward for Carolina. Fantastic user, even better player. Representing the Timber on forward, we've got Scott Fortune, previous nominee for multiple awards in the season 78 show. Back for St. Louis on defense, we've got Chungle Down Bem. For defense for QCC, we've got Rodwin Dionisio, and then for goalie for the Colorado Raptors, we've got Mjolnir Kittensen. All told, phenomenal team here. And you can't ask for better users. Next up, we have the Brandon Holmes Award for top defensive forward. We have, for QCC, Dejana Captina with a .667 takeaway giveaway average, a 27.6 save over 60, 61.6 Corsi with 70 points. Representing Ottawa, we have Clarence Worley with a .91 takeaway giveaway, a 32.300 SA over 60, 51.9 Corsi, and 81 points. Representing the Whalers, we've got Dominic Anselmo with 1.28 takeaway giveaway, 155.47 SHTOI, 68 SB, and then 72 hits. And then also for Vancouver, we've got Trevor Lopez with 1.27 takeaway giveaway, 133 SB, 123 hits, and 121.18 SHTOI. Dejana was very strong all season and a great all-rounder. The most STHOI by a good margin of all the potential choices, but stands out in a big way, and the DPS for her is impossible to overlook when combined with context of usage. Clarence Worley, very impressive number of contributions across the board, was on a very competitive team, but still managed to do an incredible job with blocked shots to rival that of players on much worse teams, led his entire team in PK time, and was second on the team in takeaways. Quite a feat considering the Sim engine likes to mainly give those to defenders, and was the third in team on point, all for being a forward, which his GM said he does an excellent job at. Care to enlighten us on Dominic Anselmo, Kami?
Yeah, Dominic had 73 takeaways and a great takeaway giveaway average of 128, which is quite ridiculous for a forward, to be honest. It's the epitome of being everywhere on the ice. To have 73 takeaways as a forward is no light task. That means Dominic wasn't afraid to get physical with his opponents, something that is more expected of a defensive player than anything. To speak to Trevor Lopez led forwards in shots blocked by wide margin, 60 blocks, and had another positive takeaway to give a ratio, which, considering these two factors, make him a very good top option.
1 second. And our winner for the Brandon Holmes is Dejana Captina of QCC. Congratulations, Dejana. And here's looking to seeing you back here next season. All told, congrats. And here's wishing you best of luck for season 80. Next up, we have the Aquila Agante Award for Top Defender. First up, we have Peter back from QCC with a 7 and takeaway giveaway, 115 hits, 61.3 Corsi, and 67 points. And I'm totally going to butcher this. We have Jakpo Numalaven representing the main Timber with a 3.04 takeaway giveaway, 109 SB, and then 146 hits with 55 Corsi. And then bringing up the rear, we've got Royson Armagh from the San Diego Title. I'm not going to lie, it's rare we see a member of the title team on here, but I suppose there's good reason. With 1.8 takeaway giveaway, 240 SB, 104 hits, and 48.1 Corsi. For Peter, when you end the season as a defenseman with 67 points. That's already putting you in the running for best defensive player. But on top of that, you end it with 100 hits and a reputable 7 takeaways for everyone's giveaway. That's just the cream on top. For Jacopo Nemalaven, or sorry if I butchered that, he's an extremely well-rounded player and should be on the top of everyone's list, with first in points, first in takeaway, or TA 60, and first in hits with fifth in SB. All in all, very solid player. With regards to Royson, I really don't have much to say. They're a shot blocking machine that has allowed them to lead in blocks while still being able to put up points and goals and assists. All told, decent enough player, does well enough on offense and defense. So, all told, decent addition to San Diego. Our winner for the Quilla Agante Award, aka Top Defender, is Peter from QCC. I'll say again, or I'll say like I said previously, Peter is a phenomenal player, all around solid defender, and a great player. Easily deserving of this award. And I hope each of our nominees. Sorry.
I really like his. Looking at the stats, I really like his takeaways for giveaway ratio. Having a takeaway giveaway of 7 is awesome. Congrats, Peter.
Agreed. Anyway, sorry, where was I? Next up, we have our second All-Star team. Forward, a name y'all will know very well from previous seasons. For the main timber, we've got Doug Waite. We've got, for the Raptors, Baron Samedi on forward. We've got, for St. Louis, Louis Belanger. For the Anchorage Armada, Javelin Bodine. Back for St. Louis on defense, Matthias. And then back for goalie for the Raptors, Mjolnir Kittensen. All told, solid team, excellent users all around. For the Alexis Metzler award for top defensive defender, we have Matthias from St. Louis with a 7.1 A takeaway giveaway, 68 SB, 108 hits, 55 Corsi. Back again for QCC, Peter with a 7.0 takeaway giveaway, 115 hits, 61.3 Corsi, and then 67 points. For the Timber, we have Buffa, or one of a twofer for the main Timber. We've got Buffa Benson with 97 hits, 297 SB, 1.48 takeaway giveaway, 53.8 Corsi. And then backing them up, we've got Jacopo Numalaven, and I'm sorry if I keep butchering your name. 3.04 takeaway giveaway, 109 SB, 148 hits, and 55 Corsi. With regards to Matthias, I'll just be blunt. When you break a record that automatically puts you in view for this award, it's no surprise why you're here. But looking past the 122 takeaways, Matthias also had 100 plus hits in 68 SB. I mean, to be blunt, he was a machine on the ice, afraid of nothing, and that's why he's here. Peter, don't have too much to add here. Solid defender, and you can't ask for a better asset for QCC. What do you think of Buffa Benson, Tommy?
This man just loved to jump in front of shots. I don't know how else to explain it. With 297, this poor man's body has to be covered from head to toe in bruises from the puck. He may have finished with less than 100 hits and only 40 takeaways, but he did his job anyway, making sure his goalie's job was much easier by blocking nearly all the shots for him. Speaking to Jacopo Numalaven, when you end the season with almost 100 hits, takeaway and shots blocked, that shows that you're doing everything that you can to keep the opponent away from your goalie. as we've talked about before, they're very well rounded, but their defensive stats are just so good. Great job.
All told, solid set of defenders. And in any other year, any other season, any of them could take it. But, as was the case for the SHL, there can only be one. And our winner for the Alexis Metzler Award is Matthias from the St. Louis Scarecrows. Congratulations, Matthias. You pulled off a hell of a feat this season, and this win was well-deserved for you. And I look forward to seeing you back here next season. Congratulations, buddy. And then next up, we have the Cedric Robinson Award for top goalie. For Colorado, we've got Mjolnir Kittensen. Still a badass name, by the way. With .908 save percentage, 20.76 GSAA, and 1198 saves. For Detroit, once again, we've got Mark Andrew Flowers with a .902 save, with a 16.12 GSAA, 1,452 saves, and 1 SO. Hold on, give me 1 second. Care to enlighten us on Katharina Rosenthal? Connie?
Yeah, they did absolutely crazy this season with 31 wins. They still posted a respectable .899 save percentage. On top of that, they saved over 10 goals above average with 4 shutouts. 4 shutouts really stand out to me. That really shows that your goalie is going the extra mile and winning you games.
That's all. You can't get much better for goalies than these 3 here. Yet, with that being said, our winner for the Cedric Robinson Award is Mjolnir Kittensen for the Colorado Raptors. Congratulations, Mjolnir. Way to bring the hammer down on the opposing teams this year. Okay, that was bad. Next up, we have the Isa Anrikkanen Award for top rookie. Our nominees are Rodwin Dianocchio for QCC with 127 hits, 73 SB, 57.9 Corsi, a 14.44 takeaway giveaway average. We have Kim Chaewon for the Carolina Kraken, aka James T, aka the Bandhammer, with
Good to be here.
30 goals, 40. I don't know. It's a joke. More or less, James had this running gag where he would threaten to ban people, so always joked around. Yep. So henceforth, you shall be known as the Bandhammer, James. Anyways, they had 71 points this season with 82 hits. Very solid for a rookie. And bringing up our last, but certainly not least, Mjolnir Kittensen for Colorado with a .908 save percentage, 20.76 GSAA, and 1,198 saves. I mean, all told, you've got a trio of incredible rookies here. So I don't envy the awards committee for having to make this tough choice. But, as usual, we can only have one, and that is Mjolnir Kittensen for the Colorado Raptors. Once again, congratulations, buddy, and way to go on winning 2 awards this season. I mean,
congratulations.
Hats off to you.
Next up, we've got our first All-Star team. And if you thought it was fun the first time around, wait until we get to do it again. We have Cristoforo Roccamontepiano representing QCC, and I'm sorry if I butchered that name.
10 out of 10. I want my name pronounced like that when I make the awards.
Next up, we have Voltieri Pocachieni. And sidebar, this next name just shows how creative the SHL community is, and I love it. Mayonnaise on forward for the main Denver. We also have, for defense, representing QCC, Peter. And I get to butcher their name yet again. On defense for the Timber, Jacopo Numaliven. And then for Detroit, for goalie, Mark Andrew Flower. Then next up, we have the Ideen Fala Award for Most Valuable Player. And since I've made it a tradition at this point, I have to do it again. Cristoforo Roccamontepiano for QCC with 52 goals, 118 points, 62 Corsi. Oh, sorry. Got distracted here for a moment. And 38 plus or minus. Peter back again for QCC with 7.0 takeaway giveaway, 115 hits, 61.3 Corsi, and 67 points. And then representing the Timber, Voltieri Polkakenen. With 55 goals, 109 points, 59 Corsi, and 38 plus or minus. Cristoforo being 18 points over his nearest teammate on a team as dominant as QCC was super impressive. Just goes to show how much of an asset he was. Peter, I think this bears repeating, just a phenomenal player. Truly the driving engine of QCC, as evidenced by the number of times he's been on here. And the awards he's won. Voltieri, same deal. May not have been the top point earner, but still carried their team in goals and was a leader on the ice. And their dominant presence helped Maine be such an incredible team this past season. Yet, with that being said, our winner is Cristoforo Roccamontepiano. Congratulations, buddy. And here's to a phenomenal remainder of your time in the J at QCC. Well earned and well done, buddy. Next up, we have the Brody Witzel Award for Playoff MVP. And, as you can see, QCC utterly dominated the playoffs, hence why we've got 3 of them. First up, we have, back yet again, Dejana Captina with 29 points, 9 GWG, 20 save percentage, and a 10 plus or minus. We've got QCC Bot 4 with a .902 save percentage, 459 saves, 1 SO, and then 40 giveaways. Then Rodwin Diangio with 23 takeaways, 28 blocks, 39 hits, and 15 points. 1 second. Dejana might as well be known as Captain Clutch after this postseason. With 6 game-winning goals and tied for the lead for most points, it's really no question that she's here and why QCC did so well these playoffs. Rodwin was not only a beast on the defensive line with 23-2 takeaway giveaways, but also blocked 5 shots and 14 hits. This proved he was not afraid to get physical while trying to keep some pressure off the goalie. Add into the fact he had the second most points amongst the defensive players, and you have a true dual-way threat on the ice. What about QCC Bot 4, Kami? Any word on them?
I want somebody to look at me like Quebec looked at their QCC Bot 4. They put on a great performance throughout the playoffs. They had a goal saved above average of 25, and a ridiculous, like this is truly ridiculous, 922 save percentage. So QCC bot really holding their own over the playoff run for QCC.
Altum, phenomenal rookies, but as usual, we can only have one take away the award, and that is Dejana Captina. Congratulations, Dejana, and just keep up the good work. I mean, I can't ask more of you, and I'm sure QCC feels the same way. Next up, we've got the Raymond Lindsay Players MVP Award. We've got Cristoforo Roccamontepiano representing QCC with 52 goals, 118 points, 62 Corsi, 39 plus or minus. Baron Samedi for the Raptors with 48 goals, 93 points, 110 hits, and 25 plus minus. And then Valtteri Pulkkinen with 55 goals, 109 points, 59 Corsi, and 38 plus minus. 1 second here. That's all we've got on the script for that. All told, phenomenal players, as evidenced by their appearance multiple times here. Baron Samedi, let's be honest, is a fixture. So each deserves to be here in their own way. But our winner is Cristoforo Roccamontepiano. Keep rocking on, buddy.
Congratulations.
And congratulations.
Yeah, you led the whole league in points. This is well deserved. You've been up and talked about quite often this whole stream, and for a good reason. You had such a dominant performance. Please keep up the good work, and good luck in the future.
And while it's been a fun show, y'all, that's the end. I hope y'all enjoyed the awards stream, and it was a pleasure getting to host for y'all again. Kami,
It was a pleasure for me to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I kind of got thrown into this not willingly. I jumped. But I wasn't sure how it was going to go. Thank you for calming my nerves and being such a professional. It really helped me put me at ease, and I think it really contributed to the quality of our stream today. So thank you very much.
it's my pleasure, and who knows, may actually have you back as my co-host for the Season 80 Awards. But for now, all, good day, good night, and I will see you next time.